Welcome to Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. Your Health Today is presented by Modexus, a natural health and opportunity company connecting people, products, and prosperity, and by the Medicine Man's Corner, home of the Medicine Man, Dr. Charlie Rouse. And now, here's the host of Your Health Today, Chris Hall.
Welcome to Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. I'm Chris Hall, your host. Good to have you along with us today as Dr. Rouse slides in here to help us to understand how we can stay strong, fit, and healthy the natural way. And we all want to hit all of those markers to stay strong, fit, and healthy. Dr. Rouse, you're looking well today from the good life city of Albany, Georgia. Good to have you with us on our program today.
Hey, Chris, and what a day to celebrate the Lord. It's just this is the day the Lord hath made, and hey, I'm glad. Better than good, actually, and it's all because of the Lord.
Yeah, God is good, and we say that often, and we do mean that, and certainly we mean that. Now, we're approaching Christmas time. Here we go. Into the Christmas season. Some people are more into the Christmas spirit than other people. You know, generally our ladies, they tend to get really into it before, us guys. It kicks in with us guys. They're putting up the Christmas decorations and doing the Christmas shopping and doing the wrapping and this, that, and the other. But we do love Christmas season, of course. And I think in tough days like we're experiencing now, and I think about this as we were recording this particular program. It is December 7th, and that is Pearl Harbor Day. And, I was thinking about, on December 7th, what was Christmas like following that? And it really, I think, emphasized the true meaning of Christmas for those people, for those folks in those days. And, of course, we have ancestors that were very much a part of that. But I think when times are tough, when difficult days are going on, I think the light of Christmas shines a little brighter, and the hope of Christmas and the message of Christmas shines a little brighter, don't you think?
Amen to that. And gosh, that's a good way to put it, Chris, that December the 7th, and then immediately thereafter, we're in a major portion of a greater world war, and we still had Christmas. Yeah. I love Christmas, and every time I get around Christmas, I just think about how God prophesied Christmas hundreds of years before he made Christmas Christmas. Yeah. And because of what he did the first time, I'm looking forward to Jesus coming again and God doing it again a second time.
That's right. Under very much different circumstances the second time when he comes again. All right. Well, let's get into talking about some things that is important for us as far as our health is concerned. We want to be fit. We want to be strong. We want to be healthy. We want to be able to enjoy our families and enjoy life. And we want to be able to continue to, pursue what God would have us to do. So it's very important that we take very careful consideration of the things we put in our body, the things we do to keep ourselves strong, fit, and healthy. So one of the things my mama used to tell me is, and we got a lot of fresh vegetables out of the garden when I was growing up. We had a huge garden, and we would eat off that garden for practically the whole year when it came to time to harvest the garden. And one of the things she always emphasized to me is eat your vegetables. Don't just eat the meat stuff or the sweet stuff. Eat your vegetables. And so that's very important. It still sticks with me today. And I know one of the most important vegetables, I guess it's a vegetable that God has given to us, is broccoli. And you can fix broccoli. People eat it raw. You can boil the broccoli or whatever, or make the broccoli in many different ways. But broccoli, that bright green plant, really is, I guess it's a plant, that bright green plant really is important, has a lot of important good stuff for us, right? And and I've learned this word, cruciferous veggies. You've taught me that word. So talk about broccoli and those other veggies.
It is a cruciferous vegetable, and they get the word cruciferous from crucifix, the cross. And when that vegetable comes up out of the ground, the first thing it does, it pops up in the shape of a cross, as does cabbage and kale and Brussels sprouts and mustard and lots of different vegetables. And so obviously when people were looking at the garden and they saw that it came up in the shape of a cross right out of the ground, and they were saying, well, maybe there's more benefit to it than all the other vegetables. And looking at it scientifically back through the progression of years, Chris, they found that all the cruciferous vegetables, and particularly the broccoli, is anti-cancer. Anti-cancer. And how it benefits the human body is that in the broccoli are some special nutrients that block out bad hormones. In the human body, men and women, we all have to fight a battle with estrogen. Most people think of estrogen as female only, but men have just as much a battle with estrogen as women do. And the bad estrogen, they call it 16-hydroxyestrogen. The bad estrogen is the one that can cause the cells to divide irregularly and cancer to grow prolifically. It can be in the breast tissue, the uterus, the ovaries, the men in the prostate, wherever it is, colon in particular. So, hey, look, research proves it is a natural way to prevent bad estrogen. So why not eat your broccoli? And then you got some that'll say, I'm not eating no broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
And so we solved that problem. Dr. Charlie put together a cell protector, cell protection. And the cell protector, that's the name of the vitamin that I call the vitamin that. It's filled with the seeds of broccoli, and you get all the benefits. Now, here's the nice thing about that. In the studies of the cancer research, they found that not only does it lessen the possibility of cancer risk and help the people that are being treated for cancer to get well quicker, but they also said, Chris, that it gives you a better memory and a better mood. So, some people are saying, you know what, I believe I'll try some of that broccoli.
Well, we might need to keep some handy because every now and then you run into somebody who's not in a good mood. Here, eat this broccoli.
I know what you mean. And then, I eat it myself. I mean, I eat it regularly, but I do take a broccoli peel every day because, hey, I want to be smarter. I want to be better mood. I want to be cancer preventing.
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great. Now, if you want more information about what Dr. Charlie Rouse is talking about, you say, I wish I could talk to Charlie about that and find out more information. Well, you can. You can send Dr. Rouse an email. He's very, very diligent about answering his emails. Dr. Rouse at att.net. Now, you spell out Dr. Rouse. You don't do the DR thing. You spell out Dr. Rouse at att.net. And you can call the Medicine Man's Corner in Albany, Georgia. The number is 229-436-0100. And Miss Holly may answer the phone. Dr. Charlie may answer the phone. But you can leave a message if you can't get to Charlie, Dr. Rouse immediately, and he'll get back with you. And so Dr. Rouse, very accessible to answer your questions, and he takes his time and he listens to you, and he'll give you, again, good advice. Also, you can go to themedicineman.com, themedicineman.com. You'll find a lot of good information there. And also, if you want to dip into our podcast, all the podcasts that we have done, in fact, since we have begun our program, you can go to yourhealthtodaypodcast.com, yourhealthtodaypodcast.com, and there you'll find all of our podcasts, and it's just chock full. They never are irrelevant, and they never go out of date because, Dr. Rouse keeps us up to date on what is happening in, natural medicine and what is good for us. And you can access those programs, and they're always, always up to date. Now, Dr. Rouse, in these days, we're talking a lot about vitamins, My wife and I, we line up our stuff that we take every morning. We make sure that we're very diligent and making sure that we vitamin up, and we want to build our immune system. We want to make ourselves strong. And one of the things that I know is very important is vitamin K. And sometimes people get a little, okay, vitamin K. Now, what is that, and what does that do? You kind of have to think, what is vitamin K? Where do I get it from? What is the benefit of it? I know it's important, but what, and we don't kind of process it or keep it in mind, maybe about where this stuff comes from and what good is it for us. So talk about vitamin K and how important it is for us each and every day.
It does come out of God's creation, that's for sure. By the way, there are two different Ks. K number one is what they call blood clot. Your blood doesn't clot without K1. People on Coumadin or warfarin or Eliquis, blood coagulation prescription drugs. They're many times warned, don't take K1 because it'll mess with your drug. But what we're talking about today, Chris, is K2. And K2 has really, really come up in the science of the welfare of the human body. What they're finding is that K2 works synergistically with all the other vitamins, including D3, to make calcium go into the bones and not into the arteries. A lot of people have had bypass surgery because of too much calcium in the artery, making the artery hard and stiff. The atherosclerotic hardness, too much calcium. So K2 now directs calcium out and away from the artery, but definitely into the bone. So that's a double benefit. I mean, hey, when you got a healthy heart and a stronger bone, and the doctor won't say, nope, you don't have osteopenia or osteoporosis, you say, whoa, it must be my K number 2. Yes. And can people that are on blood thinners take K2? They ought to, because everybody is prone to hardening of the arteries, and we're all prone to the possibility of heart attack. So K2 became a good preventer, and it's cardiovascular health. Do you need to take it with D3? No. K2 works all by itself. D3 works all by itself. And so those two are synergistic, working together, but neither one is required together for it to be beneficial.
I've obviously been in your wonderful place of business there many times, and I kind of stand off to the side sometime, and I'll watch people come in, and they'll walk up to the counter, and they'll kind of lean over the counter, and they'll say, Dr. Rouse, and then they'll ask you a question about this and that and the other. Should I do this, that, and the other? And you lickety-split, you give them good advice, good information. You say, well, this is what you need. You show them the product, and you talk with them a little bit about that. And so, sometimes when we hear like, what you've talked about today, vitamin K and these other things, people say, man, I want to talk to Dr. Rouse about that. And that's why we really encourage people to get in contact with you about their own specific situation and their own specific questions. And again, 229-436-0100. Sometimes I see the stack of messages that have been left for Dr. Rouse, and he's going to get to them pretty quick, and he'll do that. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to hear from Medexus, and we'll be right back on Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse.
Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse. We'll be right back.
The beautiful world we live in is also a toxic world. Today, more than ever, people are dealing with increased fatigue, the effects of stress, weaker immune systems, and the fear of new and dangerous health threats that can potentially affect all of us, including those we love. The importance of staying healthy and building up and supporting our immune system and the immune systems of those we love is something that's on all of our minds. This is why it's so exciting to introduce a world-class immune system support breakthrough in an exciting, new, and easy-to-use product called Lonicera Longevity by Modexus. Lonicera Longevity's science-backed formula is an all-in-one comprehensive approach to enhancing the immune system, featuring one of nature's brightest stars, the Lonicera caerulea superberry. To help cleanse your body of toxins, Lonicera Longevity delivers powerful antioxidants, iridoids, C3Gs, and a first-to-the-market dual-form glutathione. Longevity also supplies key minerals and immune-building components like zinc, selenium, vitamin D3, and much more. Lonicera Longevity by Modexus is truly the breakthrough immune support formulation of our time. Go now to powerofpurple.info and get your free download of the Longevity Smart Sheet. And better yet, why not get started on your optimal health journey by ordering Longevity today? Visit now the website powerofpurple.info. That's powerofpurple.info. Start your Modexus experience today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Welcome back to Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse.
All right, we're back on our program today. Dr. Rouse, quickly, I've been doing some. I try to do my homework for our programs, so I do reading, and one of the ways I try to keep my brain operating the way it ought to operate is that I try to read and keep my brain going, but I do some reading about health-related issues and things like that. I wanted to pop in with just a quick statement that I found from a recent study. See what you thought about it, and your thoughts about it. I was reading this study, and it said this: the leading cause of acute liver failure in the United States is acetaminophen toxicity. And coming from that study, and I'm thinking, I've never heard that. Well, I know, that acetaminophen and ibuprofen, those things are not good for the kidneys and for the liver and things like that. And even the study went on to say that regular use of acetaminophen is associated with increased risk of kidney damage, kidney cancer, and dementia if you use it on a regular basis. So, ibuprofen, it has connections with stomach and kidney injuries and things like that. These are common things. These are things that people buy when they go to the drugstore to take when they got a headache or they're hurting or something like that. And I wanted to just ask you a quick, natural alternatives. If that's the result of taking these things on a regular basis, and people deal with acute pain in different ways. Well, what's the alternative? What is the better thing that won't hurt us as it's trying to help us when it comes to pain relief? And I know you've talked about that before. So what do you think?
Hey, and the common name is Tylenol. So, you say, well, wait a minute now, Tylenol. Everybody takes it. It's the number one cause for liver transplant. And what we're finding is that Tylenol is detrimental to the liver and the kidney. So why take it? I mean, it's dangerous. Why even bother with it? Go natural. Phenacetin, the chemistry of the Tylenol, is definitely liver and kidney toxic. So go away from that. Come back into natural. We use a lot of celery extract. We use boswellia, which is frankincense. We use curcumin, which is turmeric. Those are good alternatives to this whole situation. Good information. Those are so common. People who work in the garden and they'll, come in and say, well, I'm going to take this so I don't get sore. But, from reading the detrimental effects of it, if you use it on a regular basis, not very good. Well, let's talk a little bit about Gotu Kola. Now, you've talked about this a lot on our programs in the past. And it's so people are maybe listening to us and drinking their coffee and saying, what in the world is a Gotu Kola? They think about getting up and going to the refrigerator to get a cola, but that's not what we're talking about. So what about Gotu Kola? What is the benefits? First of all, what is Gotu Kola and what's the benefits of it? The herb Gotu Kola is spelled Gotu, Gotu Kola, Kola. It's primarily used as a wound healing nutrition. Wound healing nutrition. People that have surgery, they heal cleaner, less scar tissue. Gotu Kola is beautiful. But Gotu Kola has really become very beneficial in medicine in people who have retinal detachments. The retina of their eye tends to detach back in the back. And of course, the doctors are going to use the special lasers to knit it back. But they're also finding that in the influence of Gotu Kola, the healing process, the lack of scar tissue is immensely improved. So, number one nutrition for ophthalmology, Gotu Kola. And now they're looking at atherosclerotic, people who have hardening of the arteries already. And they're always wondering, is there something that can improve the circulation or possibly heal some of that artery? And Gotu Kola is a good heart artery nutrition. So anywhere there's a blood vessel, anywhere there's a skin that needs to knit, Gotu Kola.
Now, on the shelf there, shelves at the Medicine Man's Corner, is there a bottle that says Gotu Kola, or is it in a product? No, very good.
It's right over there, Gotukola, Gotu Kola.
Very good. Well, let's talk a little bit about the COVID-19 situation. It continues. Now we have a new variant, the Omicron variant, which it follows the Delta variant, and we're getting all kinds of information about these different variants, and the push still mightily on for the vaccines and vaccine mandates and mask mandates, and all of this situation kind of still consuming our society and consuming our culture. Most people I talk to, they're saying, okay, I understand the risk. I'm doing this. I'm doing they understand what they need to do to wash their hands a lot, use the hand sanitizer, mask up, I guess, in situations where they think they need to do it. Most people are reacting as adults. Most adults are acting that I know as adults in this situation. But boy, there's a lot of push to push things onto people. So let's talk a little bit about the latest with COVID-19. You do a lot of study on this. You get a lot of good information about this. So what about the situation now in our country with the COVID-19 vaccines and what's happening?
Here's a headline. It's a newspaper headline that's coming out December the 7th, 2021, which is right now, current top notch. And the headline reads, COVID-19 infections among vaccinated more common, more severe, because the vaccine causes their immune system to be immunocompromised. And here's the study now, current medical study. Research says that the vaccinated people are 3 times more likely to contract viruses like COVID. So they found out that the vaccine was not what they wished it would be, but in the research, they are showing that irregardless whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, that your immune system needs to be looked after. And that's the key to victory, your immune system that God made.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to be a very good student, and Miss Harris and I, my wife and I, we do a lot to try to build our immune system up. I've heard also, with the flu vaccines and things like that. I've heard in the past that I guess professionals say, if you're already compromised, if you're already sickly, I guess, and you take a vaccine to prevent something, then it's not really going to, for a vaccine to work, your immune system's got to be strong, healthy, and going, right? Isn't that right, to its full potential?
That is a perfect way to put it, because there are many vaccines, whether you talk about a shingles vaccine, a flu vaccine, a pneumonia vaccine, all of those vaccines only work with a good immune system. So look after that immune system, number one.
Yeah. Keep it going. And that's a God-given gift. God put that in us, as a defense mecknism, and it's on us to keep it strong. God's given it to us. It's on us to keep it strong and keep it going. And good exercise, good eating, good nutrition, trying to keep it going. Well, let's talk a little bit about, we want to talk a little bit about women's wellness and gender specific wellness. Obviously there's differences between men and women. And so talk a little bit about what the ladies need to do to stay well and strong and fit and healthy. That may be a little different from what the men need or something like that. Talk a little bit about that.
Chris, one of my most popular repeat nutritionals that women keep coming back and getting again and again is called Femdiol. F-E-M, like feminine, D-I-O-L, Femdiol. What I did, I took the coat of rice. They call that the Gamma Oryzanol. And in that brand of rice, B-R-A-N, brand, Gamma Oryzanol, is the most powerful, nutritional, natural stuff that benefits women in the estrogen and the progesterone and the testosterone. And women find that, wow, this is what I've been needing. Better mood, better sleep, better bone density, better skin, better hair, curtail the hot flashes, the night sweats. Younger women love it because it reduces the aggravation of the premenstrual cycle. All those things are hormonally related, and they're all pituitary gland and hypothalamus and adrenal system and thyroid. And this one nutrition, Femdiol, it's not a drug. It has no hormones in it. Even those who are hormone sensitive and have had difficulty with other hormones, they can and should take it and balance things out. Femdiol.
Femdiol. And for more information, Dr. Rouse at att.net and 229-436-0100. Give him a call and he'll talk more about that to you as well. One other just quick thing, in another study I was reading about, and I come across these statements and they go, okay, this is amazing. According to a recent study that evaluated sedentary behaviors, Americans spend more than half of their waking hours sitting, whether at work, commuting, or at home. And according to the study, any extended period of sitting increases the risk of deep vein thrombosis. And so, which develop the blood clots and, the things like that, of 300,000 deaths in the U.S. annually are associated with clots commonly developing in the legs that break loose and go to the lungs, according to this study. Now, the study talked about two naturals, and I thought I'd just throw that out there and see what you thought about it. The enzyme nattokinase, and an extract from the French maritime pine bark that help prevent clotting. Now, is that study on the right? Is that study on the right the path, right idea? I thought I'd just see what you thought about that particular study.
Excellent choices too. Nattokinase. Natto is if you know somebody who has a job that requires them to sit in a desk chair for long periods of time, or their job requires them to fly on an airplane for extended hours, or they are sedentary, they're a couch potato. Nattokinase, it's a clot buster, it's a clot preventer, it has no side effects, it's safe for everybody to take, and I take it myself every day just as preventative care. And the French maritime pine tree, that's the procyanidine, the PCO molecule, like comes out of grapeseed, French pine bark. And did you know that they used to call it pycnogenol, P-Y-C, N-O-G-E-N-O-L, pycnogenol. Did you know that out of that research, Chris, 25 or 30 years ago, that's what drew me back into natural medicine, that one pine bark extract. And from there, Dr. Charlie is into a whole new world of natural medicine.
That was the seed that planted the whole shooting match, wasn't
That's
it?
it right there, one seed.
Dr. Charlie Rouse. All right, Dr. Rouse, that'll close out our program today. Very good information. Thank you so much for sharing this good stuff. Again, just some contact information. The Medicine Man's Corner, by the way, is located at 2416 Suite 4, Dawson Road, Albany, Georgia. And if you're ever in the Albany area, come by. Dr. Rouse would love to see you. You can call Dr. Rouse, again, 229-436-0100. Zip him an email at Dr. Rouse, spell it all out, at att.net. You can go to yourhealthtodaypodcast.com, find all of our podcasts, and the medicineman'scorner.com as well. Well, Dr. Rouse, thank you for being with us today. God bless you on this good day. And let's all continue to try to stay strong, fit, and healthy the natural way, right?
Amen.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us for our program today. Your Health Today is a presentation of Modexus, a natural health and opportunity company connecting people, products, and prosperity. To download free product smart sheets and to order your Modexus experience, visit powerofpurple.info. That's powerofpurple.info. Your Health Today is presented by the Medicine Man's Corner, home of Dr. Charlie Rouse, the Medicine Man. You can visit the Medicine Man's Corner at themedicineman.com and on Facebook at the Medicine Man Corner. Your Health Today podcast can be found at yourhealthtodaypodcast.com. Join us again next time for Your Health Today with Dr. Charlie Rouse.